I got to a world championship title. We had a really great team put in place. We had rehydration clauses and all, or rehydration protocols and all those types of things put in place. And so it was like we knew what we were doing. I think when I fought for the world championship title, we didn't even know that there was going to be. I fought for the IBF. IBF has the 10 pound rehydration clause morning of weigh-in, and we didn't know about that till we got there. And so after that weigh-in, that initial weigh-in, it was like eat and drink a little bit, go check your weight. Okay, we cool. We can eat a little bit more. Eat and drink a little bit, check your weight. Okay, we cool. We can eat a little. If you have not had any experience with it, it can be a little draining. It can be a little frustrating. It can wear you down a little bit mentally or emotionally because you're having to do something that, like, fuck, like I've never had to weigh in this many times before, But, Ryan is a professional, and I'm sure that he's got people in place to help him with everything that he's got going on. So I really wouldn't be too concerned with it for Ryan's sake or whatever the case may be. And then I don't think we expect Tank to come into the ring any bigger anyway. So
what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was the voice of two-time welterweight world champion superstar boxer, future Hall of Famer, retired boxing pundit, analyst, and podcaster in Showtime Shawn Porter. Showtime Shawn Porter addressed the highly anticipated upcoming lightweight catchweight showdown between undefeated three-division world champion superstar boxer who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight, and junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who has 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 26 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach, as he takes on undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia. Well, as he refers to himself now as King Ryan Garcia, who is 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach. They're going to square off April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. Now, a lot has been made of the clauses which in the contract. Gervonta Tank Davis is the clear A side. Gervonta Tank Davis having fought on pay-per-view, being a pay-per-view star, superstar in the sport of boxing, breaking live gates at the Barclays Center May 28th, 2022, broke the live gate at, the Capital One Arena, January 7th in Washington, D.C., and he's doing this against guys that are not considered to be superstars in the sport of boxing. Rolando Rolly Romero, he became known based off of that fight, May 28th, against Gervonta Tank Davis. And then you had Hector Garcia, who is definitely not a superstar in the sport of boxing. He's a star, but that was coming off of two big wins in his career. So with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he carried them in their star power. He carried them with his star power to do some historic things. So he's definitely in the A side. And so Gervonta Tank Davis, he put some stipulations in the contract that the fight is at a catchweight of 136 instead of the weight limit of 135 at the lightweight division. Ryan Garcia, two of his last fights, and 2 years removed from fighting at 135. So his last two fights was at 140. He's 2 years removed from fighting at 135. Okay, so he wanted the fight to take place at 140, seeing as though Gervonta Tank Davis has fought at 140 pounds and won the world title there. Ryan Garcia wanted to fight at 140. Well, Gervonta Tank Davis, he used his status, he used his A-side status, and he pushed for the fight to be at catchweight 136, since Ryan Garcia was being adamant about fighting at 140. Then Gervonta Tank Davis went and put the International Boxing Federation rehydration clause, better known as the IBF, with President Mr. Peoples. He put that rehydration clause in the contract, and that's a 10-pound rehydration. So if you know anything, Showtime Shawn Porter, he won his first title, and his first title was the IBF title. And Shawn Porter, he broke down, that they weren't even aware of the 10-pound rehydration clause. If you don't know, the International Boxing Federation, the IBF, they have a next day weigh-in. They have two weigh-ins. So the initial weight for Shawn Porter would be 147 since he was fighting at welterweight. It would be at 147. That's the contractual obligated welterweight limit, right? And so with that said, Shawn Porter had to weigh 147 or under, slightly under, and the next day he had to have a 9 a.m. weigh-in the morning of the fight, and he can't weigh more than 10 pounds, which he said he was unaware, and it was definitely nerve-wracking because he hadn't been through it before. So the fact that he had to continue to get up, everything he eat, he had to get back on the scale and weigh himself and check himself. He would drink something, then he have to get back on the scale and check himself, because the next day at 9 a.m. he could not weigh more than 157 pounds, because he fought at welterweight. So the initial weight is 146 or 147, and the next day he couldn't weigh no more than 157. And then after the 9 a.m. weigh-in, the morning of the fight, he could weigh whatever he so choose. So he said that was nerve-wracking. The difference here is, like Shawn Porter stated, there's no belt on the line. So Shawn Porter, he could not miss weight because he would have been stripped of his IBF title. So that's what was so nerve-wracking to him. In this case, with Ryan Garcia, if he misses weight, his penalty is not going to be stripped of the title, but he's going to have to pay a fine. Okay, now nobody knows the exact number of the fine that he's going to have to pay, but he's going to have to pay. And according to Leonard Ellaby, Mayweather Promotions CEO, it's going to be a hefty fine, right? So it could be $1 million a pound. Some people put stipulations like that. It could be 50,000. It could be 100,000. It could be 200,000. Who knows, right? But Ryan Garcia is a, multi-millionaire already outside the sport of boxing with his endorsements. So many people are saying that, listen, if I was Ryan Garcia, I would just miss weight and pay the fine. And Shawn Porter even stated that I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't miss weight, and just purposely miss weight and just pay the fine. But, Shawn Porter says that it could be difficult. It could be nerve-wracking. And in the case of Ryan Garcia, if he don't want to pay the fines and he's concerned about the fines, and depending upon how much the fines is, if the fines is $1 million a pound, then he's going to be very nerve-wracked, to make sure he is the next day 146 pounds, seeing as though the contractual obligated weight is 136. So the next day he has to be 146, but then the night of the fight he could weigh whatever he so chooses. So we got to see how this unfolds and plays out. Ryan Garcia is already on weight. He showed and revealed his weight last week, which stated that he was 141.4 pounds, meaning that he's 5 pounds away from weight and 3 weeks out from the fight. So he should easily make 136 pounds. The concern for Ryan Garcia is the next day weigh-in, right? Like Shawn Porter said, after you make the initial weight of the contractual obligated weight, in this case 136, the nerve-wracking part is, after you get off the scale, you so accustomed to just rehydrating to whatever you so choose with no limitations, and now you can't do that because you have a 10-pound cap that you have to abide by. So that's where the nerve-wracking comes in, where you accustomed to just getting off the scale with the initial weight and then eating and drinking however you so choose with a whole day and a half to be able to, a full day. The rest of the day that you have on that Friday, and then the half a day you have on the Saturday. So makes up for a full day. You used to just eating and drinking and doing whatever you so choose without any concern. But in this case, you got to still be conscious of your weight. So that could be nerve-wracking in itself. But like I said, Ryan Garcia is 141.4 pounds. That was about 5 days ago. So I'm sure that Ryan Garcia is easily going to make 136. But like Shawn Porter said, it's when he get off the scale and start replenishing himself and start rehydration. How quickly is he going to rehydrate, and how hard is it going to be for him to focus to get to that 9 a.m. weigh-in the next day, right? I think that he's going to do it. I don't think that he's going to have an issue with it. I think he's going to make it, but we don't know his struggles in getting there. right? I definitely think he's going to make 136, and I think he's going to make the 146 the next morning. It's just how he does it in private. But drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'm gone. Peace.